Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and members of the American Legion family, it is a great honor as a native Virginian to participate in my first Lincoln pilgrimage. Virginia is where so much of our Civil War history took place. It was in Harper's Ferry, Virginia, where abolitionist John Brown seized the Federal Army, October 1859. It was the U.S. Marines, led by Robert E. Lee, that captured John Brown, took him to Charlestown, Virginia. He was tried and hung. Ironically, in the crowd, witnessing the hanging, on December 7th, 1859, was John Wilkes Booth. The first Battle of Bull Run, Manassas, Chancellorsville, Fredericksburg, Petersburg, Richmond, just some of the many hundreds of battles that took place in Virginia during the Civil War. In the final total, some 2,000 military events took place in Virginia, more than any other state. This destruction and loss of life weighed heavily on President Lincoln. But finally, in Appomattox, Virginia, April 9th, 1865, General Lee surrendered the Confederate Army and ended the long Civil War. President Lincoln said in his second inaugural address, March 4th, 1865, "Let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations." President Lincoln's life came to a tragic end on April 14th, 1865, when he was shot by assassin John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater. President Lincoln would die the following day, but the principles for which he lived by and believed in didn't die. President Lincoln's legacy of preserve the Union with equality for all is still with us. And it is a heavy legacy that we must challenge ourselves to meet each and every day. Thank you, and God bless America.